From water deep to Icewind Dale, unlikely friends fight tooth and scale. A little faith, a lot of rage, to bring the summer back again. Now roll the dice, see how they fall. Don't waste your action. Bonus action. Heroes, tortured and trapped within the mist, hunted by horrors from out the abyss. We've seen friends fall, but must endure, survive to see the sun once more. Now roll the dice, see how they fall. Don't waste your action. Heroes.
Hello, and welcome to Bonus Action Heroes. Veronica, your DM for this week's game of Krezk of Strahd. As per usual, please follow, like, subscribe, blah 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 blah, because we're at 49 followers on Twitch, and oh, it's so close. And also at 50, I'm going to run a nerd quiz. I feel like I say this every week, because I probably do. But you never know, you might be tuning in for the first time, in which case, thank you. Also, Krezk of Strahd is a gothic horror campaign, and therefore may contain some content that some people find disturbing. Please be warned. So previously, on Krezk of Strahd, the party helped Krezk, this town to the west of the Valley of Barovia, defend against a werewolf attack. So they had previously visited the werewolf den, where they learned from a werewolf called Zuleika that not everyone agreed with the Alpha's vision, and so had potential allies there. Graham, our little imp friend, was sent on a mission to deliver some strips of white cloth to Zuleika so the party would know who their allies were in the attack. And the city's walls were fortified with cavalry spikes and oil, and the party had scavenged for silver to silver their weapons and 20 silver bolts for the town guard. So, in the battle, at first, they found it difficult to spot any allies wearing the white cloth, but as they started to attempt to scale the walls, it became a bit easier, and they managed to find 3 wearing the cloth. And through a combination of fortifications, the guards pushing werewolves off the walls, you setting them on fire, Moonbeam turning them back into their human form, Luca's spirit guardians, you've actually done pretty damn well and taken out 5 werewolves so far. Throughout this, one beast seems to have endured more than most. A large muscular man with a big brown beard and hairy chest is currently standing atop the battlements, bathed in the light of Magus's moonbeam. We are mid-combat and at the top of round 6. We have Dimitri. I don't have any of my props. I didn't prep. I don't have my beard. So for Dimitri's turn, he's going to run up to the gate. As Olaf just banged on the door asking to be let in, and he will open the door for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Behind you!
With us, I think. I hope. If he's not, I'll kill him.
This greying werewolf sort of looms over Olav, one milky eye, as he turns, and you think he might be trying to smile, but with all those teeth, it's more unnerving than anything. Alessander, it is now your turn.
So I'm running up, but I can't remember. This woman over here, is she currently in the process of attacking, or is she... What is she doing? Because as I spot her, it might change.
This woman who's over here.
Yeah.
Over
So
here.
it's hard for you to tell at the moment. They sort of, because you won't have seen what happened on that side of the wall. Currently, they're just making a beeline for the gate for what was going on. That's all you can see. They're in mid-run.
Okay. The game is paused. Can it be unpaused,
Oh,
please? I can
sorry.
move Alexander. Thank you.
Oh, and hello, David. I'm not very good at looking at the chat when I'm DMing. Try.
In that case, then I will just. I can bonus action run because I'm a rogue. Yeah. So I will pop myself just inside this now open gate, and can I hold my action to attack with my knife if we get attacked? So I'm like trying to cover the gate as Olaf and his wolf buddy get through.
With your silver dagger.
Yeah, with the seeking dagger that I have.
Okay, so you could throw it potentially as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that would be absolutely fine. Anything
And
else?
that's it. No, that's all I can do.
So it turns out Davey isn't there. I was looking
I
at.
thought you were imagining it.
Yeah, I was. Somehow, I had opened up vampire instead of this, but you never know.
I was just going to say hello to him, and I thought, he's not there. He's not said anything. Where's she looking?
Yeah, I thought my chat thing was broken.
I did too. I
No,
signed up
mine
in
was.
Discord, see if he's there too.
So Vanka is going to. Where's the ruler? You can get to there, and then all she can really do is stand next to the werewolf here. I will say they don't look threatening.
I think we should leave them outside for now.
That isn't quite what we need. If they're fighting with us, we need them on our side.
I think the way it's gone, if they're not on their side, if they betray us, we're dead. Better off with them outside.
But they could be dead out there. We don't know if there's more coming.
It's your call. It's a poor strategy, but your call.
We need to have faith in them.
Trust is earned, not given instantly.
And let them earn it.
We're now to the turn of the werewolf, currently in human form, on the battlements. And he is going to... He's a bit sick of turning from werewolf into man, and he's going to use his turn to attempt to push Luca over the battlements. Would you like to make a...
That's what I would do.
So, push. Using attack action, blah blah blah. Make a strength check contested by the target, strength, athletics, or dexterity acrobatics.
WWOD, what would Olaf do?
So, athletics or acrobatics, please?
I got a 13.
And he got an 8. He's a werewolf. What the hell?
He's not a werewolf for the moment. He's a man, because I turned him into a man with my boom beam.
You boom
Boom
beam.
beam.
Boom beam.
A boom beam
It's like a boom box, but
with a
beam
cold.
form.
Oh, naughty. Okay, that was a waste of an action.
I'm guessing werewolves don't have like advantage on strength checks or anything like that.
Don't try and help him push me off the fucking walls.
I'm not trying to help her. I'm just trying to make sure we're following the rules. I don't think they do, though.
Werewolves don't, but the alpha werewolf could have gone reckless, but I didn't do it, so I'm not going to retroactively do it. An alpha werewolf can also leap, so seeing the situation, seeing his mate has gone down, another one has gone down here, and not being able to see what's going on the other side of the wall, he's going to leap off the battlements. So, as usual, you can try and make an attack of opportunity, but without any magic, you're not going to do anything, so...
Nah, there's no point.
Question: does a grapple count as an attack of opportunity?
I was actually just about to ask that as well.
Is a grapple
Don't.
opportunity attack
That's a good
5e?
question.
Are we just trolling the
No.
DM at this point?
According to the internet's immediate answer, no.
Cannot,
Apologies.
Well, I will.
But you can smack him.
Yeah, I'll slap him across the back of the head. I'm not going to bother rolling because it's not going to do any damage.
And don't come back.
And as he turns to leap off the battlements, he'll probably spit in your face because he's that kind of guy. So 5 to get up, 15 he's just straight falling. That doesn't count, so he can. He can get to there because he used his action, so he can't dash. Anything from the regiments? I did watch the stream back, and I did terrible math. You got more bolts than you should have, but yeah, you're out of bolts now. You're out of silver bolts.
I guess there isn't really anything they can do if they don't have silver bolts.
No, not really.
Can they do a check for whether there's any kind of second wave of attack in like the tree line?
Perception roll? Absolutely they can. And you know what I might make them do? What you did with the other lot. 17. It's quite dark, but from what they can see, they don't see any tails or anything in the distance.
So then maybe if they match what the other half did and half of them stay...
Half of them go to the gate,
out.
half of them stay there. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So, 15 feet to get down. Let's leave this half up here near the stairs. And then I can do another to get over there. I didn't double them up over here either, so you've got half here and half up here. Next turn. I guess they continue leading those two werewolves over to the gate to you?
Yep.
Oh, this map's bigger than I thought. Okay. Oh wait, they can do that because they've not got any actions to use. The Watcher?
Have him shoot that guy.
Yeah,
I'm guessing.
do it.
I don't know how many arrows he's got left.
Oh, you've got enough.
12. It's got 12.
I've just noticed I'm not in the initiative order.
That's silly. Why aren't you in the initiative order? You were just after Otto, weren't you?
I can't remember. I was probably around there, but it's probably because we had the issue with my spiritual weapon being permanently on.
Where's Otto? And I'll just put you.
Got 4 down from
9.
Ola.
Okay.
Are we on a 5 down from Ola?
Where is he? Luca. Update combatants. There you go. And what did he roll? He rolled a 24, yes. And a 22, yes, both of those would hit.
Damage is below. 12.
Oh.
Although
Oh.
actually, it might be long range.
Yeah.
Let me just check. It's a crossbow, so it's going to be long range. Yeah, it's long range, so it'll be disadvantage. So that's the first one.
I have a feeling you're going to hit.
Well, we'll see. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so that damage stands.
Lovely. Does he want to move his hunter's mark as well?
I
Can
don't
he
know
do
where
that?
it is.
It was on the woman that went down at the gate. I've never played a ranger. I never know how hunters mark
I
works.
don't know. Yeah, I don't know either. Bonus action to move it. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
that
do
would
that
be
then.
fine. Let's do that. Is that another? Oh, trying to
I
find it on
didn't
character
do
sheet.
it just before, so he's already fired.
Okay. Okay. And then it's your go as Olaf.
Olaf will turn to these two that are stood there looking non-threatening and just basically say, time, friends, to prove my elven friend here right and join the fight that way. And I'll point towards the guy that's creeping around the corner.
Roll a persuasion.
I'm not very persuasive. I'm not doing it as an action.
It's for flavour. I just want to see.
Okay.
Unless you roll really badly, which you did.
Yeah, I got +6 now.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you are quite persuasive.
I am now. Yeah. Okay.
Hey, I'm not telling a lie now. Davy Jones is in the chat.
Okay. Hi, Davey.
I accidentally said hello to you earlier, Davy, but it turned out I was rewatching a vampire stream.
She was saying hello to you before you were here. It's like time
So,
travel.
yeah, I greeted the spirit of you. What would you like to do with your turn? Other than say those things.
I'm thinking I'm probably going to.
Oh, hello, Steve.
It's Tom.
Oh, Tom.
That's
Sorry.
me.
Hello, Tom.
Hello.
Can
Night-
someone else look at the chat? Not me today.
Oh, Nightbot again.
Can confirm that I am here.
Yes. I am going to just dash and run up to him. Action dash. And as tempting as it is, I'm not going to cast anything else. No, that's it.
Okay. I enjoy your thinking face. Your shall I?
I've got blind fighting, so I'm tempted just to cast darkness, but I appreciate that will make it harder for everyone else to hit him, but a lot easier for me to hit him. A lot harder for him to hit me.
As this all sort of happens simultaneously, we're now on Zuleika's turn, so I'm going to just make an assumption she can use the dash to get here, have heard some of what you said, Olav, and then continue to move in that direction. But that is all that she can do for now, and I will do the same for when Seneca as well. Which takes us to Otto. What would you like to do with Otto?
Well, let's have a look at what Otto has. Oh, can't.
He just claws and bites. But do you want to send him to the gate with everyone else? He can't do ranged attacks, so.
Sorry for calling you up here, Otto. Go back to the gate.
That's alright. You got a big hole in you.
I've had plenty, so.
He will descend and make his way back to the gate. Poor Otto. Luca, what would you like to do?
I'm going to guiding bolt the werewolf in the back at 2nd level.
If you must.
Yes, I must.
I dislike you. Roll damage.
That's some pretty good damage. So that's 19 radiant damage.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna die, is he? You look annoyed.
And the next attack against him has advantage.
Hurrah!
Thing out.
No.
Good. I'm on your side, I promise. This guy, the elderly werewolf with one eye, will look around at the people that are with him. He has been down by the gates, so he's just going to turn to the others and, in a gravelly voice, say, "The others." And the woman next to him will say, "Bianca's dead." And the other two women will say, "Franz is dead." He will turn and make his way over to help you.
Or to help the werewolf, we'll see.
Or to help the werewolf. It would be good if I left some stuff to the imagination, wouldn't it? But hey ho. What did I just do this? He did 20 feet there. He could get round if he dashes. Yeah, he'll get round and help by flanking, because he's a good guy. That is all he can do. Oh no, what did it? No, don't do that, undo.
Just do Control Z and he'll...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Magus, would you like to move your moonbeam again, or he's currently a man?
I'm not. I feel like we've punished you enough.
No, punish away. It is your survival we're talking about here.
So Magus will wink at Luca and click his fingers, and a vine is going to go shooting up the side of the rampart and just insert itself into Luca's leg and pulsing sap into his leg. And I'm going to balm the summer court as a bonus action and give him some healing.
Description was weirdly invasive. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was. It was like full-on manga anime tentacle porn there.
So, I've done it before like that. We're given 3d6 of healing. So that's 7 healing, and you get 3 temporary hit points too.
Ooh.
You're welcome.
And a green leg.
Yeah. And I'm going to turn around with my thumb in my belt and walk up them stairs. And when I'm at the top of the stairs, I'm going to take out a stone out of my pouch and just magic stone the back of him as my action.
Go on. Yep.
You have advantage.
Yep.
I would not bother with that.
You might get a 20.
You might get a 20.
I didn't.
Worth a try.
I do
9
like Magic
damage.
Stone, but
It's
it lacks a hero. It's not quite heroic enough, is it? It's like you lob a conqueror at someone's head.
I liked it. That's what I like about it.
That's like the Hobbit in Lord of the Rings, isn't it?
Exactly. It's like he could be skimming a stone, or he could be. It's like, meh. It's like this is all basically a stroll in the woods for Magus.
It's very confusing for this werewolf who is not used to being hurt by anything, let alone conquers anything else.
That will do. Thank you.
Left the conkers. Leave the spikes on, I hope.
Yeah. And Dimitri is finally going to join the fight, but like everyone, he's having to dash to get anywhere. Alessander.
I am going to push past the remaining werewolves and run round. And so 30, and then I think to get to about there, I will bonus action dash in my little roguey way and take an attack with my Seeking Dagger.
Mm-hmm. You're all rolling so well.
Oh, by the way, is that advantage because of flanking?
Yes.
You're
Okay, just in case. Nah. Okay, and then damage.
sneak attack.
Yeah, well, I'm getting there, Matthew.
No, I was just being excited. I like it when sneak attack goes off.
So that's 6 piercing.
Oh,
Oh, that was you, Matthew.
No, that's Veronica saying we're rolling well.
So there's some karma for the GM there.
3.
That's the worst it could be, and that's all I can do.
I was waiting for him to be down there, and I'm surprised he's not.
Yeah. Balls. Okay, sorry.
The other werewolf. Again, we're dashing, so she's just gonna get up in it too. She'll go on this side, make space for the others. And then it is his turn.
I'm really glad we negotiated. If we hadn't negotiated, this would have been a very different fight, I think.
And which he will use to turn back into werewolf. Oh God, where's that? Backlog. Oh, we can't do anything because that was his action. Oh, that's annoying. Okay. He will take your opportunity attacks and run. Take them.
He's running.
Yes, he has self-preservation instincts. And a Sandir fails. 11 hits.
I put a smite into it. Or is that only on your own turn?
Can you smite on
When you hit with a
opportunity
melee
attack?
weapon attack,
Yeah, yes you
you
can.
can expend one spell slot to do an extra 2d8. It's an extra 5.
Okay.
14. Spell slot. As he strikes with the greatsword, you would see sort of all the spirits sort of lash out, almost like fly out of him and scratch at the guy at the same time.
The werewolf next to Alessandro has a go. Oh, I don't want him to go this way, but I want him to go this way. So does old Milky Eye. Fail. And finally, Dimitri. Wouldn't it be funny if Dimitri, who has done nothing...
would be ironic.
It's mace. I was like, he doesn't have any weapons. Yes, he does. He has a mace. Fail. He has 2 attack. Oh wait, no, it's an opportunity, isn't it? So it doesn't matter. Okay. So he can get over here. And that takes us to... I guess the regiments are just going to stand by the gate. Yeah, you've got this. Those famous last words we love. You've got this. I'm reluctant to give someone who is not here the potential final blow.
Yeah, I feel the same.
So I'm going to move on to Olav.
Oh.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, and then if it still doesn't work, well...
Okay,
we
well,
can go back to the Watcher.
thanks, I appreciate it. Yeah, I shall come running up behind with the huge silver greatsword, which I think belongs to Dimitri, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I've got so many things that I could do, but...
Do them all, now is the time.
It is now is the time to do them all, right? And I'm right in thinking, because Smite isn't an action of any kind, it's a special, I can also use a bonus action to cast like a spell at the same time. So I can hit and then add things like Searing Smite to add extra damage to my smite.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, because I can use Smite as a barbarian while raging because it's not a spell.
Okay. I'm going to roll low now. No.
Yeah, definitely hits.
Okay. So I'm going to I'm going to pump a smite into it. So that's 12
Go
plus
with
a
me.
smite. Sorry.
Wait, no. Describe it.
Why is he dead?
He is.
Oh. Yeah, I think he would just, as he's running away, the massive greatsword would just catch him in the back of the legs, which would probably cause him to stumble. And then as he's trying to get back up, I'll just swing it straight across his neck.
Essentially decapitating him.
Yeah, that's how it feels.
And you see this giant creature again revert back into its human form as it crumples to the floor, its head reaching the floor before its body as it keels over. Congratulations. I'll take you out of initiative for now, but I think you've got some diplomatic stuff to do.
Yeah, I may have slightly injured a couple of them. as did some of the others.
Hey, they're alive, we're alive, their alpha's dead, that's what they wanted, it's all okay.
I'll have a quick look, see if he's got anything on him.
Unfortunately not. He's just a man in a pair of shorts at the moment. So you can imagine why he wouldn't carry things.
I'm imagining him as like an aggressively hairy version of Henry Rollins.
I don't know who that is, so I'm looking them up.
He often just wears like shorts. But he's in, is it Black Flag? So he's
Bit too old, but I see where you're coming from.
You have to look at pictures of him when he was young.
Yeah, I'll find some and I'll add them to chat.
What would you like to do?
Can I ask the werewolves that are by me if we should be expecting anything else?
No, I don't think so. We're all here. It would be at that point that you do hear a howl.
Scan the horizon for whatever it might be.
And make very severe eye contact with whoever it was that had just answered me.
I assume it's the woman next to you. No, seriously, this is all of us apart from the ones in the cages.
I think you already said that he made a deal with you know who to be the alpha. Gonna scan the horizon.
Yeah, whoever wants to do that. Perception, please.
No, I can't see anything with my dead eyes.
I will be.
You have blood in your eye.
Yeah, werewolf blood in my eye.
Oh, a lot of things happened there. Oh, a lot of things happened there.
I'm on the tower, see, so I can see further.
Alessander, you hear the howl but can't work out what direction it's coming from.
Yep.
Magus? I can see you added knowledge from past life, Luca, but I can't see what you got originally. 9.
I'd have gotten 11 in total.
11. Yeah. I will say, Luca, you hear the howl, and you work out it's not coming from beyond the wall, it's coming from inside, and you turn around. Magus, you hear it too, and it's at that moment you see... how do I point it out? So over here, the cellar where you had put the wine, when you first arrived, you see a werewolf form burst forth, and I feel like I'm sorry, but we may be going back into initiative depending on how we decide to react to this. It's almost not, it's not hairless, but compared to the others who are quite large and had thick black or brown or grey hair, this one has sort of really wiry tufts of black hair. It's strange looking. Not muscular like the others either. It's very skinny.
If I spot it jumping out, can I sort of do something as a reaction to that, or is it we want initiative?
Yeah, depends. If it depends what it is. Go for it.
I would like to move my moonbeam next to it and just yell out, "Hold fast, my lover. That's far enough."
You can do that because that's adorable. To like here.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yep.
Thank you.
Cool. And I guess everyone else would be able to see Magus is turned inside the walls and is shouting this. Is it inevitable? Shall I just put you in initiative?
No, because Luke is going to go to down the wall, just to there. And he's going to look down at the werewolf that's come through and give it a small confused wave. And he's going to just talk over to it, like, hello there. I'm guessing you're maybe the Burgomaster's boy or something.
Well, because I can't be bothered to create different tokens for them in werewolf form, and he's recognizable.
More that he's come out of the fucking cellar.
Is that where you stand?
I will probably be really weird about it and move to there and then just step off the battlements. So, and tumble the 10 feet to the floor and then just stand straight up and be like, now stay calm.
It's normal. Full damage.
Yeah. Roll me the full damage.
Wow, that was good. I'm sorry.
That's fine. I have temporary hit points. But yeah, I'll slam into the ground and then just immediately stand up. And then just be like, calm down. I'm guessing you're the Burgomaster's boy.
As you approach, he'll sort of shrink back a little bit as he's pulling himself up above, out of this cellar door, and sniff at the air at you.
I wouldn't be concerned. Look at me. If I'm not going to judge you for being a werewolf.
And then after that moment's pause, he will snarl and let out a huge howl and bare his teeth at you, because he is a young werewolf who doesn't know what he's doing, and I'm afraid that will start an initiative because he wants to attack you.
Right.
We're back in combat.
Hooray! Do we all
no
have to
one
roll
is
again?
nearby. Yeah. Sorry.
It's alright. I was about to say I might roll better, and then I saw my initiative is -1, so.
But I'm not going to roll for all of the werewolves and all of the guards because this should be.
Veronica, I don't know if you've been keeping a round counter. Have you figured out? Do you know how many rounds we're on? Since combat
You
started?
were on 6, so this will be 7.
That's all right. That's okay. I was just tracking the moonbeam because there's a minute. So, thank you.
So everyone. Oh, I'll put the Burgomaster in because it is his son. Alessander, you hear this howl.
And with that, I will make a running jump climb up the fecking wall. And because I have a climb speed, that shouldn't be a problem. That's what? 20 feet?
Mm-hmm.
Get to the wall, get up the wall, figure out what's going on down there. 20, 25, 30. So kind of at the edge of the wall. Can I tell that the werewolf is young? Can I tell anything?
He's
Just
not
that it's-
experienced werewolves before, so I'm going to say no without doing a roll, but he looks different. He looks strange. You can see that he's skinny, so there is he gives off a bit of a weakness.
Okay, I'm just going to do what makes sense to do, and I am going to use the Seeking Dagger. How far away is he? 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay. And I know that Luke is talking to him, but there's a fucking werewolf. Oh, you have got to be kidding. 11?
Nope. Sorry.
Bonus action, offhand dagger. Can I throw my offhand dagger, or does it have to be melee?
All of these DM questions today. Offhand, weapon, attack, can it be range? I mean, it's a melee weapon being thrown. I don't see why not.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, you could
I'll
do it
roll
with
it and
hand axe, so yeah.
Ah, you shouldn't have said we were rolling well. No, we're fucked.
Is there a chance of a fumble with that?
See, I think I would like to introduce fumbles, but I haven't up until this point. So
I'm okay with it.
Lucas
going to
suddenly
say
feels
no.
a thump in the back of his head.
Yeah, you just
Luke
get
loses an ear.
the bludgeoning of the hilt, not the pointy end.
That's all I can do. I will shout out that we've got one by the Bergmaster's house.
Okay. Weird skinny werewolf is going to fully step out, and first we're going to try to bite Nuka. Unsuccessfully. And then we're going to try and claw Luca. Successfully.
Yep.
Oh,
I think I can take 4 damage.
that's upsetting, but also expected. And then it's this same old thing again. You can try a opportunity attack as he runs away, but what's it going to achieve?
Yeah.
He can get to Otto. Okay. And that is his turn. Let's get Dimitri to run round and see what is going on. And then Luca, get ready, it's about to be your turn when I can.
I already know what I'm doing.
You can do 25, so he's nearby. Go for it.
So I'm going first to shout over to Otto and just go, Otto, gotta help the boy. Don't let him get away. I think he's the Burgomaster's kid. And then he's going to have this very brief moment of like this. This is the strangest case of deja vu. I feel like I've been in this situation before. And then he's going to cast blindness. So can I have a DC 15 Constitution save, please?
You can. Oh, no.
He is blind.
That he is. Anything else?
No, I think that's it for the time being. I'll move 10 feet forward, maybe. Or 15.
That rolls against him now have advantage. Do I repeat that saving throw end of each of their turns? Okay. Maggots.
I'll amble over to the other side of the tower. And then I will just flick my fingers over like that, and my moonbeam's going to move over the top of the lad. And I shall say, sorry, lad. This might smart a little. I didn't move it. Thank you.
No worries.
And he will get to do... DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
And... Oh, no.
Nice.
He rolls like a kid.
And he will revert to human form.
You will see this. It's like someone that's been, like he's been stretched out and he decompresses into this. He was a tall and lanky child, and it is indeed the Burgomaster's son with his wet, like slick, straight, limp black hair. He's a baby Severus Snape, enveloped in these big, torn clothes.
And I will then, sorry lad, didn't mean to hurt you none. And I'll click my fingers again, and vines will pop out of the ground and jab into his ankles. And he'll get 3d6 worth of healing.
Oh.
And 3 temporary hit points too.
That was sweet.
Just want him back as a boy.
If that is everything,
That's everything.
we go to Olaf. Olaf, Matt, you are muted.
I am, thank you. I guess I'll just move here. And I'll dash. Just dash up to him, but won't do anything else.
Alessander, it's your turn. I should probably change the music. I just assume this will be over quite quickly.
Mainly, can I just check what the Burgomaster's reaction is to what's going on?
As he transforms, you will see the Burgomaster's face. He's been through a lot in the past minute. He was staunchly defending his city. Then he was happy and in their victory, and then he heard this shout, and he wouldn't have necessarily caught what you were saying, but he runs back inside and then sees this werewolf transforming into his boy. So goblet of fire at the end when big Diggory sees little Diggory and goes, "My son, my boy!" That.
And how is the kid at the moment? Is he like...
He looks really confused. He's still got, because he's just transformed, he's still kind of got this rabid, angry, he's looking around, his teeth are bared, but they're regular teeth right now. And as he realizes, as he looks down, it's just confusion, and there's a lot going on for everyone at the moment. There is going to need to be therapy.
Well, he wouldn't know what he was looking at when he looks down, because he's also blind.
That too.
And he's stood in the middle of a moonbeam, right?
Yeah.
So I can't go running into it.
In the middle, he's blind, but he can feel this light. He's like, I can't see what's going on, whilst frothing at the mouth.
I will just take my bonus action to kind of dash around. Try not to get into the moonbeam, but I just want to kind of surround him and hold my action to grapple if he makes a run for it. If that is allowed. It's a melee attack,
It's
isn't it? So...
yeah, you can do that. Hold
Okay.
to grapple if he runs. He is a wild animal cornered. And I would argue that that would make you want to run, so he is going to run. Try that grapple check.
What do I roll for it on my part? I always get confused with which way round it is.
Grappled.
It's
Athletic.
athletics.
Okay.
And then I can do...
Contested.
Ah,
Yeah.
damn it. I always want it to be acrobatics because I am not a strong boy. I'm just
Yeah, you're good at getting out of...
I'm a dexy boy.
Also, does he get disadvantage because he's blind?
Blinded. You would have advantage because he's blind.
Oh, I rolled it as acrobatics because I was saying acrobatics at the time. Ignore that. Ignore what's in the chat. So, did you say I'd get advantage?
Yeah. I wouldn't say avoiding the grapple requires sight because he'd feel it.
Yeah.
But he still gets the advantage.
He wouldn't know where it was coming from. So it'd just kind of be a bit of a surprise. But 18.
Where's my athletics? There it is. 16. He's grappled.
Okay.
So that cuts his turn short. He can't...
You can still take actions, you just can't move.
Yeah, he wanted to run. I guess that means he is just going to try and attack. But... this blinded thing. Do we say attacking
Disadvantage.
involves sight?
No, you can attack, you just have disadvantage if you're blinded.
Going to try and bite you, Alexander.
With his people teeth.
No.
Oh yeah, so
We
he
don't-
can't
we
do
don't
that.
want
He can't
Hazel
do
to-
that. He's not in werewolf form. Never mind. That would have been an unarmed strike, so it would have been even less.
I don't want
So,
Hazel to be a were creature in every game. Ooh,
Or
sorry.
do we?
Spoiler, or do we? Yeah.
But no. It works. So we're good.
Do another unarmed strike. Wow, he's shit.
He can't see. He's scared. He expects himself to be bigger than he is.
He shouts, "My son, my boy," and he looks to the guards and says some manacles, something to hold him down. And he's just going to run over and... there's no point in him assisting you, like using the help action, Alessander, because you already have advantage with the blindness. I guess he will hold a grapple for if he escapes yours. Luca?
I'm going to move up next to Dimitri, still holding concentration on blindness for the time being. And yeah, I guess I'll just try and give a pat to the kid and try and calm him down a little bit. Yeah.
He can't see you, but he will snap at you with his human teeth.
Right, calm down, lad. It's fine. No one here's gonna hurt you now.
Magus, are you also not going to do any more damage?
I want to keep the moonbeam on him, but I
Yeah.
want to keep him in human form and not to hurt him. So I'm not going to do any more damage now.
Then I think we'll take you out of combat and say that we managed the guards run back with some manacles, and we managed to get them onto the boy so that we've got him restrained.
In Alexander's like grappling of him, he's kind of just got him in a bear hug, and at one point he'll just kind of be like one arm around him, one arm kind of over the shoulder and holding the back of his head, and it goes from being like a grip to kind of almost patting the kid's head. And can I use Fey Presence to charm him?
Yes.
So that would be a Wisdom saving throw DC 13, please.
Fails.
And so
As he
you've
has
just
done
got
every check.
Alexander just kind of whispering in his ear, calm down. It's okay. We're not going to hurt you. Calm down. It's okay. We're not going to hurt you. Just somewhat rhythmically. In the hopes that he gets slightly less aggressive.
That we are going to take you out of combat. How long does Moonbeam last, Magus? 1 minute?
A minute, so it's probably like a few
10
seconds
minutes.
left. No, 1 minute.
1 minute.
So if you were on, must be about round 9 now, so it's literally just about to fade anyway.
Inkarnate's gone.
I'm just saying, he's in manacles now, so even when he transforms into wolf form, he's got manacles on his paws. His arms don't grow a huge amount. And if you look closely, as you're putting the manacles on, you can probably see the fur is compressed and a bit raw, so it looks like he has already had manacles there before. So you have an angry werewolf. He continues to snap at you and snarl. In between, more human sobbing and confusion, like he has moments of lucidity where he sees his father and he asks what's going on, and then this beast overtakes him inside of him, and then he turns to whoever's near him, and he is always constantly struggling to get free.
If he's charmed by me, he won't attack me. So at least we know the grapple's pretty good.
He does, yeah, between the restraint and the charming, he's still angry, but he's realised he's surrounded and he's not going to get out and doesn't continue to attempt to attack.
By this point, are the other werewolves watching?
Yeah, that would make sense, wouldn't it?
Because I kind of want to know what their reaction is to all this.
I'm going to use Divine Sense as well. Lets me detect Celestials, fiends, or undead within 60 feet. That's not behind total cover. And detect good and evil.
If they're watching too, Magus will turn to the nearest werewolf and say, "Can you help him, Nun?"
Let me bring the werewolves to you.
I've got 2 songs playing
Yeah, I'm trying to
at the
work
same
out
time.
which one do I want off. So first divine sense, celestial fiends, undead.
Good and evil, apparently.
The boy does emanate evil, but the wolves that you're with do not.
And there is a tiny little fiendish flicker happening over Alexander's shoulder.
Also, hello.
And Magus, in response to you, they'll say, we'll have Zuleika be your spokesperson. She'll step forward. So, I didn't know you had. No, he looks young. I think he was with Harkus, who you know as the prisoner, the adult prisoner from the werewolf den. We thought we had killed him.
I'm sorry to say, friends, but our werewolf allies, I sense, are good, but this boy... I'm sorry, I sense he has fallen.
If he is that same boy, he has only been like this for 2-3 months. He is still resisting, and if you resist, you are not yourself when you turn. It takes time to master, as we have done, and indeed they are is still in. Can they? Bear with me. No, they can change back. They can change back into people. So Field changes back into her form. It takes time to master, to be able to go from one form to another, to know your own self. When the beast takes over.
But can you help him? Can you help him learn?
I can help him learn, but I cannot help him as he is now. It will be like this until the morning.
I suggest we
thing.
find a cell for him, then.
You all right, Burgermaster? You look after him?
How could I not know that my own son...
He needs your help.
How can I help? Look at him.
Can find a way to remove his curse. He must focus on who he is. Remind him of who he is so it does not fall totally to evil. Right now, he only wants to kill us, but I hope that is not him.
I mean, we call it a curse. I'm not one to judge that, but people over there seem fine enough. And if they can help him learn to live with it, well, we're all different, aren't we?
He's still your son.
Yes, but like you say, he needs to... we can't have a werewolf living in this town. He's going to have to live with these people, and...
It's not far away. Visit.
You could always keep him in the abbey.
And put them at risk.
Don't put him in the abbey. That place is not good. Would be better to free the people in the abbey.
Where can we put him now until the morning?
Oh, the lad needs to calm himself.
Do you have a cell?
No. We have never needed cells.
Do you have a small room with strong walls and a strong door?
He points at the cellar that has been burst open. He knew he must have, I don't know, locked himself in.
See? There's not without hope then.
That would suggest that he does not wish to be in this form. Do any of you know magic to remove such a curse? Or indeed how to remove such a curse? I appreciate what you say about us all being different, but having something imposed upon you against your will is not being different. That is being, well, it is being forced to be something you are not. It should be his choice when he is of sound mind.
I have some knowledge of removing curses, but it would have to wait until tomorrow, and I don't know how effective it would be if he's already afflicted.
I mean, I'm not. Wait till tomorrow and ask the lad what he wants. But
Yeah, Magus, if he's trying to kill people when he turns, then it is not. It no longer becomes about choice. It becomes about what is best for everybody.
Well, them folk over there, and they're not trying to kill people. They've helped us tonight.
Well, they are, but you clearly cannot sense what I am sensing. He only wishes to kill us, right now.
Right now, because he's fighting it, he's confused.
Because he's cursed.
They might be able to help him. That's what he said.
I agree, but I still think this is something that should be cured if it can be.
If that's what he wants.
Do you think I would not be cured of my condition if there was a way?
Well, that's you.
I would be.
I'm struggling. I'm sorry, I'm not making no judgments about who's not what in here, but if you're saying that the way to fix, if someone's done something to someone to inflict them with something and be against their will, can't fix that by doing the same thing again, can you? I'm saying wait till tomorrow and ask the lad what he wants.
It's not the same thing. That's a ridiculous thing to say.
Olaf,
If someone is a murderer, you
This
don't.
is not the
You
time.
don't say, "Oh, that's just the way they are. They're just a murderer. We should let them be."
Alexander starts dragging the kid off into the house.
Olaf, we're both reanimated beings. Do you think
Exactly.
But do you think people look at us and just assume that we're inherently evil just because
Yes. Yes, they do, Luca. I'm sorry to break this to you, but I was not allowed into Krezk yesterday. I was only allowed in now because you introduced me and they were desperate.
Well, not I. I got no right to be judging no one.
I will see how I sense his feelings tomorrow. And if he feels different, then we should ask him if he wishes to be cured.
Aye, that's
It's
all
his
I'm saying.
choice.
It's exactly what I
Well,
said.
I think we are violently agreeing here, Magus.
Very well then, let's do that.
I would like to say, to some degree, Olaf, it seems like you've largely resolved this. But given your views on being immediately judged as evil based on being a corpse, then you would think that perhaps you would have been a little bit more sympathetic.
You are misunderstanding me. I am not judging him as evil. I am sensing him as evil. I feel it. I feel it in my very heart. Even though it does not beat, I feel it. This is not a judgment thing. This is an ability that I have been granted by I do not know who. And I hope with all my heart that I do not feel that tomorrow when the moon is gone.
Well, I hope so too. I can't comment as to that, but I just don't want the lad coming to no harm or anyone doing out to him that they don't want, that's all.
I do not disagree with you.
In the meantime, perhaps you could take some time to reflect on the fact that people change.
People do change, as have I. This is why I did not try to kill the boy. I hope that he can change. But your willingness to see good in everything is going to get you killed. You need to be cautious.
It did already once. And it's not going to stop me.
And it was nice knowing you. If it happens again. I love your optimism. I love your desire to be good and to see the best in everything, but this is Barovia, this is Krezk. Seek out the good, but do not let your guard down on the evil, or it will kill you. And then, like those around me, you will be trapped here, in torment forever, and I do not want that for any of you. I want to see you go home. I want to see the boy back to himself, live a happy life, not be exiled from his home for something that is not his fault. But this is what this place does to you. So hold on to your optimism. I really hope that you do, but do not be foolhardy. Please be cautious. I've said enough.
Alexander, you said you were dragging the boy away. If you want to move wherever you move, I will take the boy with you. In the midst of all of this conversation between you, you will hear from this woman, the woman that you saw, that the first werewolf you met guarding the entrance to the werewolf den. She crouches over the body of, I think it was the first werewolf to fall on this side. He had a black beard, black hair, and as she crouches over this lifeless form, you'll just hear this heart-wrenching wail, and you'll start to see her spine extend and her snout start to extend and her teeth extend, and Zuleika quickly hurries over and comforts her, and there is this incredibly strange moment where you see this person mid-transformation. The hair grows and then recedes, and the teeth grow and recede, and there is this all throughout this very human sounding sobbing, as eventually she settles in human form and just cries over this body. After some time, when she knows that she's settled, Zuleika will walk over to the other werewolves, who will stand with besides the fallen friend, and eventually, if you allow them, pick up the body and start to take it outside the gates, while Zuleika watches.
Certainly won't stop them.
Nope.
I was going to offer to Betty, your friend there, but don't think that would be too well received, considering I was the one who killed them.
He was handmade. They didn't wear the cloth. They didn't know what to do. You didn't know. We will bury our own. Even him. Thank you for today. But appreciate, please. This was all the family we had, and now we have lost half of it. There will be much sorrow. Even so, you, of course, to celebrate.
Death is never a cause to celebrate. I know it is not worth as much as family, but you have allies now. If you need of me, then I will help you as you helped us today. I give you my word for what it is worth.
You proved yourself. I didn't know whether to trust your words, as you didn't know whether to trust mine.
I'm sorry for any wounds. I have bad eyes.
I understand, and we heal more quickly than you do.
Do any of them look hurt?
Oh, all of them except for the one with braids.
Okay, which one looks worse?
The worst one is the one that is wailing over her dead mate.
Okay, I will I'll just walk up and very gently trying not to be that, so she noticed. I would just gently just lay a hand on her shoulder and do lay on hands. Put about 20 points of healing in.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, in all of the emotions she is experiencing, she doesn't really notice. She might feel her body tense, but her focus is on her grief. After some time, you'll see them gather the other bodies as well. So they're all lined up outside, and Zuleika will explain that they are weak and will sleep outside the city for now if they may, and then take their dead in the morning to be buried.
I could take them to the tower if you wish. Safer than sleeping outside. Although I feel sorry for any idiot that attacks them this evening.
Exactly. If anything, you are safer as a city with your slightly broken door with us outside.
We arranged for some comforts out there for them. Some covers,
Food,
some
a drink, a fire.
blankets, and
Dimitri's a bit preoccupied. Sorry, he will also follow you, Alessander. But the guards will be able to sort those things for you. And although the werewolves don't speak much, they acknowledge you placing some blankets and some water, flasks of water, and bringing out some firewood, and with a solemn nod, and continue to go about. Well, essentially preparing their dead.
when they're ready to rest, Magus will pop out and he will cast Hearth of Moonlight and Shadow where they choose to rest. Keep them safe for the night.
Yeah, they'll probably head back towards the tree line so they're not just directly in front of your city, but yeah, they'll appreciate that. Before they do settle for the night, Zuleika will approach you, Luca. And basically, whether you let her is another question, but she'll hold out your arm where there is most definitely a bite mark. What are you going to do about this?
Not sure what there is to be done. It was something I was actually going to come in discuss with you all at some point, actually.
We have stuff, just so you know.
I believe Hazel refers to the what
Give
was
me a
it?
second. Deadly Nightshade
Deadly
can kill the infection. We have 2 doses of it.
Is incredibly risky.
We do have some deadly nightshade that I believe a Vistana we encountered advised could help with treating the infection, but it is apparently risky. But being somewhat
Not so.
dead already, I'm a little more resistant to the effects of being poisoned.
I have heard of this, although I've not seen it in practice. So I cannot really advise as to how useful it is. All I can say is if you are transformed, then you have a place with us.
An appreciable sentiment. But there are other places I think I would be of more use were I to remain in one place.
You may not be of use, as you say, to begin with. If you accept the curse, if you don't fight it, you can keep your own mind. It is difficult, but possible. If you fight it, then well, the moon will always be stronger than your will.
Well, I have a lot of memories in my head that aren't all my own, so it's going to have to go through a lot of people to weigh me down.
Very well. Well, you've had my advisement.
I will try the nightshade and let you know on the result. Should it fail, I expect I might have to come looking for you at some point.
We are allies now. I will help. Speaking of which, we are now a pack without a leader. I'm sure Skenis will resume his old duties, but I would ask. Strahd took my husband, and we need him now. We are weak in our lessened number. Do you think you will encounter Strahd? Is that your goal?
I was brought back specifically to find a way to destroy him. So inevitably. I'll do my best to find any signs of your husband and bring him back to your werewolf den if we find him.
That is all that I ask. I understand he could be a prisoner in his castle or anywhere in the valley, but I do not believe him dead, and as long as that is, I will hold out hope. And as I said, I am your ally now. I will fight by your side against the bastard.
Reminds me, going to detract from what I was initially going to tell you. But we, or myself and the others before my apparent death, had a Taroka reading with Madame Eva that told us we would find ally with a woman who was a werewolf. I don't know whether that would be yourself in this situation.
I have no understanding of the Vistana's ways. I put no faith in prophecies. I know not enough about them, but as I have said today, you have earned an ally, most definitely. So in that regard, yes, you have a werewolf on your side.
It's appreciable to know. We'll do our best to help you as best we can with anything. And try and hold on to your hope. I feel like hope and the expectation of something better is all you'll ever really be left with here.
Yes, I think you are quite right. Good night, Luca.
Oh, Zulika?
Unless anyone else has anything else to say, go ahead.
Grab her arm as she walks past and say, You once asked me what you once thought. Wondered if we might be part of some answer. I've been praying to Mistress Knight. Now I can't speak as to whether we're some. I don't think that's right. That we would be some sort of answer from one of the ladies, but keep praying. I'm sure she's listening.
She'll look at you strangely. You are a believer in Mother Night?
All of them, I think. They're around and they're waiting. They're waiting for this land to be healed. That I'm sure of. Just keep the faith.
I will. I do. Thank you. Strange horned one. Any more for any more.
Well, as Mangus walks back into the city, Luca will wave him down just to go. Do you recall at all who it was who was carrying the nightshade? I'm inclined to naturally assume it was Alessander, but
I think it was the Watcher.
He can bring you the nightshade.
thank you.
I'm also we're going to quickly go back to Alessander and Dimitri. Where would you like to put your young wolf boy?
I would be looking for a easily accessible but easily guarded small building. So the cowshed, if the cowshed looks like it's a sturdy building, maybe there.
Yeah, why not? We'll see. You can do that. We'll move the cow out. It will look very confused. You could probably move it into the sheep. Into the sheep.
Yeah.
Fence.
We just
area.
Yeah, one door in, one door out. No access to other rooms from there. Somewhere quiet just to get him a bit calmer.
Yeah, you can probably... It's next to the forge as well, so you can probably... it's attached to the building, so there's hopefully, if you just take a I don't know, a nail and a hammer and some chain, you can make him more securely attached as well.
Yeah.
And although he will attempt to bite now and again, I'm not going to roll for any of that. He's essentially...
If he's charmed by me, I don't think he can attack me. Which is part of the reason Alexander's the one doing
Between you
this.
and Dimitri, it's quite sad every time he snaps at his own father. And then you see a look of sort of realising what he's done, and then it disappears again. The lucidity comes and goes, but yeah, you can eventually set him up in the cowshed, and Dimitri will thank you and say that he will keep watch for the rest of the night.
I think Alexander would offer to help with that.
You can do that.
Yeah.
And eventually also the guards will, having investigated the cellar, bring out the not dead but unconscious body of the burgomaster's wife that was in the cellar, who it appears they were probably standing guard and knew about the situation, but they will bring her inside.
Any sign of bite marks on her?
No.
Okay.
Which brings us back to Luca and the Nightshade, I believe. Is that something you want to explore?
Yes. Magus, would you be willing to keep an eye on me as I ingest a poisonous herb?
If you like. I've never been into watching people eat before, but I can sit here and watch if you like.
Well, it's more in case I suddenly expire for a second time.
Oh, alright, I understand. I can sit and watch that you don't die again, I suppose.
It is particularly awkward because we don't have anything for reviving people if they expire. The abbot talked of a few places we could go. Van Richten's Tower, we know, doesn't have any particular useful resources, but there was talk of other areas nearby we should perhaps investigate at some point, providing I survive this, in the hopes of finding components we might need.
Well, I shall keep my fingers and my toes all crossed.
And
Stay
then,
near to me, and the spirits will protect you, I am sure.
and I believe I just had to chomp it down, didn't I?
Where you stand?
I'll probably sit on the porch of the burgomaster's house. So down here.
It feels very
Right.
busy over here. I'm just gonna...
Yeah.
If
Oh,
I
I
stay
he's
near,
coming too.
if I stay near to him when he takes it, he'll get +3 to his any saving throws.
That's
But
interesting to hear.
anyone
when-
within 10 feet of me.
You must make a constitution saving throw, please, Luca.
Okay. Against being poisoned or diseased.
Essentially, it gives you another chance to resist the infection. So it's against a DC.
Okay. Because I get advantage against poison. That's why I was asking. But +3.
But if there will be
Carry on.
another check to make, but first we start with the werewolf test.
Okay, that's fair. So Constitution saving throw +3. Well, that's a 19.
You wouldn't really feel it, I suppose. Maybe the wound clears up. because you need some evidence of it working, don't you? And you just have this positive feeling that something has taken place, that you've been cleansed in some way. But as you chew on it and you feel it travelling down into your stomach, I need you to make another Constitution saving throw.
This time against poison.
This time... Yes.
Okay, well, against poison, I get advantage.
And you still get the +3?
And I still get the +3, because Olaf is still here.
As he sees him swallowing, Magus will put his hand on him and cast Cure Wounds as well, just to give him a bit of a try, do his best to give him a bit of a boost.
You little darling.
I got some more if you need any.
I can heal myself. But I imagine we might be resting soon after that, or at least I hope it will.
Your stomach feels upset. You can tell this is not a thing that you should really have in your body, but you don't feel worse. There are no additional adverse effects.
I must actually confess I am somewhat disappointed that it actually worked, only for my own vanity.
So am I.
If I was to transform into one of those creatures, I was wondering if that would restore me to at least looking like a person and not a stitched together monster.
Would you not just turn into a wolf and then back into who you are? That's what the other people seem to do.
Yes, but I'm made up of skin from an assortment of different people.
We're all made up of skin from somewhere or t'other.
You'd have been a patchwork wolf.
I would probably. I was imagining that earlier.
Yeah, it would have been an interesting coat you had.
I was planning to make you even uglier because it rips open your stitches as you transform.
Nice. I would have loved that. I'm especially disappointed that it's worked now. But I was hoping that as I transformed back, perhaps my skin would have been uniform and I would have looked like myself again.
Well, judging by the lad in there, I think you're better off looking as you are and not having that to worry about. He seemed quite in turmoil, that young lad.
He did. But it would be nice to be able to look in a mirror and not see an abomination looking back at me.
I'm not quite sure what to say about that. I don't think you're an abomination. You're you.
There also seem to be several other people.
Well, you're you and you and you then. but I don't know you to be no different. So gotta be happy in your own skins.
That was in terrible taste, but I could be lying if I say I didn't find it amusing.
Oh, sorry. Otto will go.
See, I've never seen Otto laugh like that.
Yeah, it hurts. Oh.
Don't even worry too much about things like that. Just you've helped today. You've helped some people. That's what matters. You've done a bit, put things right. No matter what you look like.
I'm thankful that out of everyone on our side, I believe, at least, I didn't get a good look at Delisande, but I'm the only one who got significantly hurt. Everyone else looked largely unscathed otherwise.
That's thanks to you putting yourself right in front of them.
Yes, I
So,
wouldn't advise standing up to a werewolf archer in the future.
well done. And thank you very much. I wouldn't like to stood toe to toe with one of them buggers.
It is the duty, I suppose. I'm here to help people. I came here wanting to make a difference, and I wouldn't be making one if I didn't put myself between werewolves and people who couldn't defend themselves.
Admirable.
Is there anything else anyone wants to do this
Well,
evening?
Just going to say, incidentally, when
Sorry.
I cast Cure Wounds on Luca,
More tentacles.
my magic comes from the land and comes from life and growth, and he's dead. And what happens to dead things when they encompass life and growth? When I cast Cure Wounds, a little dandelion grew from the top of Luca's head. And he may or may not know when it's there. So everyone else can see. At some point, I'm sure he'll notice.
He probably would not.
I don't think he's going to look in the mirror very often.
I like to imagine it like pokes out from between the stitches on his face.
Yeah.
Exactly what I had in
You
mind.
get more of them as you get more healed.
Like a weed growing through the cracks in the paving slabs.
In the pavement. Yeah. Have we got any silver left?
Any raw silver? No.
Well, any silver, it doesn't matter, I don't think.
Well, you've got your
Look,
weapons.
I know it may not feel like the right time, but if indeed we are intending to take on Strahd at some point, then I'm going to suggest that I start to make holy water each night when we have time. I cannot make a great deal of it, but it costs around 25 silver. 25 silver's worth of silver to do each night, but it seems we should start stockpiling. I don't know if you disagree.
Believe the blessed pool counts as holy water, so we can just continue to fill up jugs.
Even better, let's just buy some bottles then, or empty some bottles and refill them.
Make sure you
Sorry, I
label
realised
them
I've
right.
got ceremony, which lets you make holy water and a few other things.
I will leave a note to myself, because I can't be bothered to do it right now, to work out how much holy water you could fit. How many doses you get if you each had a flask of it, because the town would probably have no problem giving you that. They don't need flasks, they don't travel.
Yeah, well, ceremony does one vial, like one vial, so I don't know. You probably don't want us to have gallons of the stuff. It would probably be a bit of an
Yeah, exactly. I'll work it out.
OP.
But you definitely have
But
some
if we are
each.
smart, if we're smart enough to stockpile, don't go letting her take that away from us.
Yeah,
We can build a bunker if we want to.
All right, I'm just gonna have like armor that is just covered in hundreds of bottles of holy water. So anytime anyone
You
hits
can have
me,
a
they're
flask
vampire.
each. I'll work out how many vials are
Can
in a
have like
flask.
one of those beer can hats, and I can like suck the holy water in and spit it on them.
there is a
Can-
town here in this game which is sat on what to Ravenloft is a massive a stockpile of weapons of mass destruction.
We just need a
Yes.
ducking
So-
stubble and Strahd.
What I was gonna say is, if we all have like a ridiculous amount of holy water, yes, I am aware, but then also a kiddie pool. Fill the kiddie pool wherever we're gonna fight Strahd with the holy water, and then Magus can just use control water and just like fire it at him, and
Yep.
water cannon him. I think that could be fun.
We've solved it.
Yeah.
I'm now just thinking of like the Davy Jones thing in Dead Man's Chest when he has to step through the buckets of water because he can't stand on dry land, and like some weird like shenanigans where we're like, okay, we're trying to flood Ravenloft with holy water.
If we get it raining holy water, I think we're quids in.
But okay, so there is the.
I can't
is
bless
it
the rains down in Barovia, that's too much.
Could,
If only we had an artificer. I could make a super soaker.
but control water. Like Magus could create a mist, couldn't he? So could we just permeate Ravenloft with a mist of holy water?
A
The
fog.
entirety of Ravenloft from a little pool, bit ambitious. But
It depends
it's
on
a
how-
work. It's an idea
Yeah.
we can work with in battle.
A room or two.
We fixed Ravenloft, right?
You essentially kill Strahd with a sauna.
Yes.
yes.
Oh, what a horrible way
Sauna
to
is a
die!
curative, so they'll tell you in
With a
Scandinavia.
humidifier.
It is a cure-all.
Here, allow us to humidify you.
You really need to moisturize.
Your skin looks dry.
All the socks that have just been discarded outside, he just get to there and just spend ages trying to organise them and pair them up, and that'll be it. He's a vampire.
Right.
Are we sleeping?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
Please.
You can help Dimitri with his watch, and you can take watches if you wish, but I'm not going to make you roll for them because you've had enough going on. There isn't anything else coming for you tonight, so
And there's werewolves outside the gate.
please feel free to take a long rest.
I'm going to take my long rest with Otto. Just because.
You can't adopt
Big
him and
spoon,
bring him
little
with
spoon.
you.
You're probably little spoon. I didn't need to ask that.
I think next to Otto, everyone's a little spoon.
That's what I was thinking.
Time to prep my spells for the next day.
Mm.
Yeah, the next day comes around, and the day is yours.
I keep forgetting I can prep different spells. I need to add some more in there so I can do it.
After the werewolf stuff, what do we actually have a plan of what we need to do next?
It sounds like they're still missing their alpha. Do we want to
Yes.
help them with that?
But if Strahd has the alpha, it might not be as straightforward as we might want.
It would probably be a day trip to Castle Ravenloft.
And
Maybe
Near
Strahd
certain
is just in
death.
pain and we need to, fix him. Or just accept him for who he is.
well, that might work. We decide that
Magus'
he's good.
face.
We just need some, validation.
He just needs a cuddle and everything will be fixed.
No, not that bugger. That bugger's a wrong one.
Oh, right. That one's a bugger.
At some point in the morning, one of the guards will walk over and inform you that two lots of people have arrived. The werewolves are still there, but they have brought there is a man and a child with them.
Mhm.
And they will also say Dagmara and Theodore have arrived and are looking, well, they're looking for their wagon, but they're also checking in on you.
Off we go to see Dagmara and Theodore.
They'll happily open the gate for you.
New friends of yours?
Yes, I suppose you didn't actually get to, or Cedric did not actually get to meet them. They were quite instrumental in making sure that some of us were able to escape the windmill.
Well, I'm glad you had someone looking out for you. Whilst I was trying to fend off a collection of hacks.
We didn't know it at the time.
Oh,
About to give Alessander a dream, so just a moment. Overnight,
Okay.
you're in the Scarlet Woods again. It's that dream you've had before. You're surrounded by the trees and the fog and the Tarokka cards that are caught up in the swirling winds at your feet.
Yep.
You can hear Ellie in the distance, and then everything just stops. The scene is devoid of noise. There is no weather, no animals. You can't hear Ellie's voice anymore. And the fog in front of you will part, and a figure will approach. And where she steps, that grey, dead earth is suddenly flooded with this lush green grass, and the figure that approaches is young and tall, and she has antlers growing from her temples, much like the statue you saw in the werewolf den. And she will open her mouth and speak to you, but you will hear 3 voices, as you have done before. And she will say, "Now you've accepted all our gifts. We'll help you to escape the mists, follow the cards, restore our fanes, weaken his grip on our domain."
Who are you?
The image of this woman will sort of, it's like you're blinking, but you know you're not, and then suddenly there are 3 of these women. This woman with the antlers growing out of her hair, this woman stood next to her with ebony skin, and at first you think it's black hair, but it's actually black feathers. And then next to her, I can't remember what she looks like, because she hasn't appeared to you before yet. But there's a 3rd woman, and in unison they will chorus, "I think you know us now."
You have Ellie. Why do I hear her?
She's outside the mist. She's safe there. If you can get beyond the mist, you can get back to her. But we must work together to make that happen.
Can you keep her outside of the mist?
"We will try," says one voice. And then another one says, "But we are weak."
Just keep her away. And I'll do what you need me to do.
They will bow their heads in agreement. And then the vision will dissipate as the fog seems to gather them up. apologies, that was your dream, and you're back to being awake.
Okay. Do I recognise them regarding the statue that we saw in the werewolf cave?
You recognise the one with the antlers that first spoke to you as the statue in the werewolf, as like the statue in the werewolf cave. Yes.
Okay.
I'm just finding the appearance of the last one that I haven't told you about. So the other woman has this not unhealthy, sort of more like that lush green of grass from where the huntress stepped. Green skin and dark hair that floats around her as if she's underwater. And when she smiles at you, she's got like razor sharp teeth.
Okay. So I recognise the huntress. I don't recognise the other two.
No.
But they seem to be the same thing? Okay. And I know that Magus was interested in that statue.
Aspects of a thing, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Oh shit.
Dagmara and Theodore will stroll in and like, we came to pick up our wagon, which, if you remember, they lent you to carry the wine back to this place, and then they proceeded on to deliver some wine to Vallaki. Apparently, the people outside are werewolves. What?
Yes. It's been an interesting few days.
Where is she? You'll see her count. Dozen.
He's at the abbey at the top of the mountain.
Okay, good. So you're all okay.
Yes, we should probably introduce you. Dagmara, Theodore, this is Luca. Luca seems to be a...
spitting image of your friend.
Yes.
I don't think we have met either.
And this is Olaf, who you might have heard of in Vallaki.
I think we did briefly, yes. It's good to see you are well, Olaf, and Alessander, and Magus, and Cedric?
That's one of my many names, apparently.
I think we will unpick this at some point, and Darzin is at the Abbey absence.
Unfortunately, absence was recently deceased.
Yeah, so sorry to hear that. We leave you for a few days, and goodness, what you go through. But
Do you bring any word from Vallaki?
yes, so I think it has been 3 or 4 days since we parted. Vallaki is rebuilding. Lady Voctor is very much in situ as the burgomaster. The guards repairing and restoring the buildings, so everyone that lost their homes in the fire has a roof over their heads, and there is some rationing to distribute food, make sure everyone is fed. It is good. It means that entry is a bit more relaxed. There's only one guard on each gate, and you'll see Dagmar look at Theodore for a moment and hesitate before she adds, "There are banners on display at the gates bearing the von Zarevich crest."
What do you mean there are banners on display? As in representative of the town, or?
At the entrances, yes. We talked to some of the people. Apparently, Lady Voctor has said that, in contrast to the previous Baron, who was vocal about their rejection of Strahd and the consequences of that, she believes they should show their support to avoid such a tragedy happening again.
How much do you believe that?
I believe Strahd is a powerful man who has no care for whether they support him or not. He will exert his will.
This does change things.
It's difficult. The town is doing well under Lady Voctor's rule, but
Doing well for how long? It could change at any moment.
we have asked our cousins to send word of any updates, and we will, of course, continue to check in.
Were you able to?
Oh, I was just going to add, there are wanted posters for that Vlakovic boy that we travelled with for a short time everywhere.
This doesn't sound like good news at all. Were you able to check on Myrtle at all?
Yes, they're all in. Obviously, the orphanage burned, not down completely, but a lot of damage was done to it. They stayed in the church for a couple of nights, but see, this is where it is difficult again. Lady Voctor, there are a lot of houses in the northern districts that used to belong to noble families. They are larger than a lot of the other houses downtown. She made sure one was made available to accommodate them.
And how about the woman's name that I can't remember that I've been trying to remember for the last 10 minutes, and I've checked my notes and I don't seem to have it written
Arena?
down. That's it.
We saw her at the church briefly when we checked in there. She seemed fine. We didn't exchange many words, I apologize.
As long as they're alive and doing well.
Everyone in Vallaki is busy. We'll be returning to the winery with the carts now, but have you taken any... It sounds like you've been very busy yourselves, but have you taken any time to think about, is he their father? I can't remember their relation to him, but we'll just say our family's request to look into retrieving the gem from Swamp Witch. Hello, here are all your threads.
We've not had much chance.
That's understandable. Just if we're going there, if we had any words. But I will let them know what you did here. I think that will suffice as a reason you don't have an answer for them at this time. Do you know what you expect to do next?
How about you join us for lunch and we can then discuss the options?
Oh, yes, certainly. There's no rush for us to get back. And if we can be of use. Yes, that will happen. Does anyone else want to speak to them at this time?
Luca would briefly kind of like raise a hand and wait to be addressed because he doesn't want to interrupt any conversations.
Yes, Cedric. Sorry, Luca.
Cedric is fine. But if you seem rather well traveled, and I was just curious if you knew any places where we could potentially reliably find magical components.
Of what nature?
Uh,
We don't use magic, so I'm not sure what kind of components you mean. Like, we have a okay knowledge of flora and fauna, if that is necessary, or we obviously go into Vallaki and can point you in the direction of merchants there if they might have any items you need.
It's mostly gemstones, like diamonds, we're looking for, and I was hoping you might have leads on where we could investigate in the hopes of finding something, like abandoned landmarks or something of that form.
This is a very broad and slightly vague and yet focused question. Gems. The richest, and that is not by a lot, place in this valley is Vallaki. I don't know of any jewelers in Vallaki per se, but perhaps amongst the few nobles that are there, Lady Vokta, anything that you might still remain in the Baron's house. Or that fellow whose name I've forgotten. Darzin was very fond of him. Vasily's house. You might want to check any of those. We are not condoning burglary. And then she'll
I
give you a big wink.
wouldn't condone burglary myself. What do
The
you know?
Vistani as well. They come and go throughout from Barovia and outside of the mist, so they are more likely to pick up things. Gems do not circulate in.
What do you know of these places? And I will list off all the suggested areas the abbot told us about, which I think one was Van Richten's Tower, which we've been to, so I'll discount that.
What was the other ones? The Amber Temple and...
Did he tell us about
I think he told you about the
the Vistani? He did tell us
Vistani.
about...
And then the last one would have been the temples. They'll say, we have not been in it. We have attempted to go near it because we are curious people. It is high in the mountains. There are many dangers there that have not made it a journey worth taking. Creatures, wild people, and obviously the weather, the snow. So, no, we have not been there. in terms of the place, we can tell you it used to be we know the stories. It used to be a place where mages gathered. But that is all we know of the place, I'm afraid.
Okay. It's something to look into, though. Place called the Amber Temple seems like a strange and fascinating place. Sorry. My lungs are a bit shot from the nutjade I had to ingest the other day.
Do you have any other questions? No? At some point, whilst this is going on, you will see essentially a heartwarming reunion as this woman. Oh, she was in the guard, so I guess she's still in her guard uniform. Comes to the gate accompanied by another guard, and you will see her, the boy and the man that you released from the cages, well, arranged to be released from the cages, are stood outside talking with the werewolves, and she runs to the tall man with these impressively long dreadlocks and torn clothes, and embraces him.
It's always delightful to see a reunion of sorts. I still remember some of the excitement on some of your faces when you first saw glimpses of me walking towards you at the Abbey Gatehouse, before you realized what was different about me. But it's good to see couples reunited.
It would be not going to turn into no scary wolves like that lad, though, in the night. Was that why they were locked up in that cage? I can't remember.
For context, a guard will, if you just prod them and go, "What's going on there?" will let you know that Harkus was a member of the guard in Krezk. He was actually a really good hunter. For when they did decide to leave the village walls to hunt. And when Ilya, the Baron's son, was coming of age around 3 months ago when he turned 18, he agreed to take him hunting. And that is when Ilya was returned, pretty much. He was unconscious, bleeding out. They were pretty sure he wasn't going to survive. And Harkus was believed left for dead for a while until he sent word to Adira, basically explaining that he had been bitten and had therefore chosen to not come back.
Olaf, is he good?
While that's all going on, Olaf's going to go to where the boy's being kept.
Alexander will follow him if he realises that's where he's going.
Yeah, they're just inside the Burgomaster's house.
Got to follow me everywhere, Alexander.
Yes.
Sod off. Right. I'm just going to use Divine Sense.
You do not sense any evil.
Aleph would just sigh. Be like, good. But if you want to be in here, Alexander, you need to talk to him, see if he wants his curse removed or not.
It was not
Is
me
it?
who put that forward as an idea yesterday.
Well, it's very clear that none of you like how I think, so I'm not going to
I
make the
actually
decision
did not
here.
disagree with you.
He is a good boy.
At the
His
moment.
heart is pure. Yes. The beast he
At
was
the
last night is. It's not who he is. That is something else.
So then we need to find out whether that is what he is heading towards. It's not as clear cut as always. Hoping that it's going to be the best in someone. We should look for the best, but not always the option.
Well, he was a boy much longer than he was a wolf. I like to think this is the real him. And what he was last night is him with the curse.
And knowing this, do you feel any differently about what you would have done last night?
What do you mean I wasn't going to do anything last night?
It sounded like you were.
I was
Has
talking
this
about
changed
curing
your
his curse. I
judgment?
do not understand why. No, it has not. If anything, it has
Okay.
galvanized it. The boy is infected with this bite. He is evil when he changes, and he is good when he is himself. I don't understand why everyone is so keen to just accept everything. Let us ask the boy what he wants.
Then ask him.
Would you like me to put all of you and Dimitri in the boy's room where he is currently sleeping?
That is terrifying for that kid.
Yeah.
Loads of undead people and a guy with a horn. And
And
myself.
Alexander, who's just
just
adorable.
myself.
Well, it's just Olaf and Alexander in there at the moment.
At the moment, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh, do
afraid,
you not want
boy,
me to drag all of you?
we don't need to move us. Unless you really
I
want
don't
to.
need to.
I haven't
but-
got the map up on the stream, so
Okay.
at the moment, but I can
Well-
change it if you want.
No. If you want, just again visually, if it helps to see the boy.
Well, I'm outside with watching the scenes unfold outside, so don't know.
And
what
I'm with Otto.
about in there.
I don't know your name, boy. I'm sorry. I'm
You can
Olaf.
ask his name.
Well, I'm asking. That's kind of how I'm asking him.
That's more of a statement and less of a question.
What's your name, boy?
Ilya.
Ilya. Pleasure to meet you. Do you remember last night?
No. Mother, is she okay?
I believe she's fine.
Dimitri will let you know that she is. She's just resting.
Yeah, she's just resting. She'll be down to see you soon, I'm sure. So you don't remember last night?
Oh, did I hurt anyone?
No, you didn't. You didn't hurt anybody.
Good. Am I going to have to live with the werewolves now?
Well, this is the question for you. Do you want us to try and find a way to break this? Or
Is
do you
that
want to
possible?
embrace it? I don't know.
If it is possible, yes. I don't want to be a monster. I've already taken food from the other people here. I didn't even know.
Don't worry about that. You didn't know. The nature of curses. You don't always act like yourself.
I did know when my mother told me.
Well, yes, but you don't remember. You didn't do it. It's like being a beast. It's like having someone else's mind in your body. You didn't know.
Even when I am not it, I am always so hungry.
Luca, do you know anything about stopping these things? It seems, boy, we have two choices. You learn to live with this, and you put yourself somewhere safe when the moon is full, or we try and find a way to get rid, if you want. But it may be that you need to do the former whilst we work on the latter.
I told Mother I didn't think the cellar would hold me. I can go to the werewolves if it is safer. I would rather everyone was safe. But if I don't have to be this, I don't want to be.
I'm assuming it's too late for us to try and feed him Nightshade as a attempted solution.
Yeah, that will fight off the infection before they've turned. But he's turned, hasn't he?
He has
So it's-
turned, yeah.
When was he bitten?
3 months ago.
I will pop a little hand on his shoulder and use a spell slot of mine to use Remove Curse and see if that makes a difference. That helps.
Noted. How do I know if it has worked?
Time, unfortunately, is the only evidence.
Okay. So I will still. Next time the moon is full, I will still put the shackles on. But
If you like.
It may be that I don't turn. I don't understand this sort of magic.
If it has helped, you will not turn. The next full moon, if it did not, then it will continue as normal. But if you would like somewhere safe to be, I know there's people in the group who would argue against the suggestion. But there are people in the Abbey who are different, more like myself and Otto, than the usual sort. There are places there that could contain you, and none of the people who have grown up there or have been treated there are particularly hostile. They'll do their best to help nurture and look after you as you go through your transformation, and it would put you a little closer to the city than going to the werewolf den.
Okay. And Father told me the werewolves that remain after last night are good, and that I can talk to them when I feel ready.
They are good.
That's wise, lad. Thing is, right, as our friend here says, we don't know if there's a cure, so best thing for me, I think, is try to learn to live with it. Talk to them folk out there. We'll do our best as I'm sure your ma and pa will, to find the cure. But you've got to try and live as if there ain't one. Get used to that, and then if there's one found, we can give you the choice.
But what you just did, and he'll look all around at you, but focus on you, Luca, and walk up and like grab your hands. What you just did, that was meant to stop it, right? It's meant to. So it could have. Do you think it worked? You must know.
Unfortunately, there's no certain way of knowing.
When's the next full moon? There's 3 days of full moon, right? So
Not in Barovia. I looked this up.
there's only one.
There is only one. I have a lunar calendar somewhere. Let me show you.
Okay. I don't think Divine Sense lets me tell.
No, not.
I mean, he's
Not as he is. No.
No, he's definitely not evil today. As are none of those werewolves are either. I'm guessing I didn't detect them as good, just not good or evil.
Detect them as good.
As good. Okay.
Oh.
That popped up.
Yeah. Cool. I think what our horned friend says is correct. Those werewolves, not me, but the spirits know a good person. And those are good people. They have a curse, but they are good people, and they would look after you and teach you how to manage this condition. And maybe they say if you accept it, then when you change, you will not be so angry. You will not give in to the wolf. You will still be you. And that can't be too bad, can it?
Maybe. Is there anything else I can help with? I'm so tired. I just want to sleep, please.
Just go sleep then.
Thank you. Thank you for looking after my town. I'm sorry for any harm. I'm sorry.
It's not your fault.
You did no harm.
Apparently, I knocked out my own mother.
Well, other than that, you did no harm.
You weren't yourself, and she'll understand.
You'll excuse me for a moment. I'm going to go and take Otto back to the Abbey, unless he'd like to remain down here. And I will bring your Vistana friend and the children of Krezk back. Because I'm sure they don't want to spend too long in the Abbey unnecessarily.
Yeah. Dimitri will be able to tell you that they sent a guard up last night to let them know that everyone was safe, so they didn't worry, but that they chose to stay there for the night because the children were sleeping. But yeah, you can absolutely do that. And is there anything else anyone wants to do? Any other loose thread you want to wrap up? As it is 10, and I feel like we have pretty much put a little bow on things, apart from one thing that I've talked to Jim about that we will say for next time.
The only thing I would...
10 already.
Sorry, Tom.
No, it's just last time I looked, it was just after 9, and now it's 10.
Yeah, I know.
Time goes fast when you're having fun.
I will probably go and find his mum, and if he knocked her out, she's probably got a black eye. I think Olaf will just use a bit of lay on hands to just get rid of the bruise.
Yeah, you
And
can
perhaps
take
just
away.
say he's feeling a bit bad about what he did, so maybe just say it wasn't so bad, so he doesn't dwell in his guilt.
I know.
Because
He feels
guilt
bad
is
every
not-
time.
Well, guilt is not a good place to live. We'll work on it. We'll try and find a cure.
You will?
Well, we'll try. We can't promise, but we'll try. And the werewolves that are left, I vouch for them. They are good people.
You are good people.
Yeah,
Yes.
not always. Not always.
We are all alive. My son is alive. You are good people. Thank you.
No, it's nothing. Yeah, the bruise is gone down.
She will also look quite tired, and unless you have any other questions, ask to return to her rest.
No, nothing.
I'd like to take a moment with Otto as we're walking up to the Abbey.
I thought you said with our toes then.
No.
Let's all take a moment with our toes. Aren't they weird? Look how they wiggle.
So as we're walking up, Luca would like to put a hand on Otto's shoulder for a moment, and try and give him a very awkward hug that he's not used to doing at the moment. To like, you did very well, Otto. I'm very proud of you for what you've done. You may have helped change how the people in Krezk will view everyone else in the Abbey. And I know you'll help Krezk look after everyone.
Are you not coming back to the Abbey?
I likely won't be staying, but I will be going up there with you for the time being.
We can survive without the abbot. I wish we had been braver before. These people were desperate, but all the same, open. I think the abbot made us think. Or maybe he was right, I don't know. But I think they would have been okay meeting us before. But yes, I hope more of us can come down. The Baron was kind. I like him.
Yes, he's a good man.
I don't
And-
want to just be me and Kirk and... Well, it is my family now, I suppose, but it is still lonely.
I know. Well, perhaps the little family can expand a little more now that we've got the opportunity to leave.
And you will see his elongated snout open up into a toothy grin with these particularly large fangs, making it look quite ominous. But yeah, so it's the second time you've seen that since he was laughing earlier.
I'll give him like a little pat on the head and carry on the journey up. And off screen, fill in Darzin on everything that's happened, and tell Kirk to send someone to check in on the Burgomaster's kid every so often, because werewolf. And then I'll waddle down a little bit later with a load of children. one townsfolk and Vistana Bard.
Ingrid.
Well, that's the townsfolk.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that is where we will finish it. Thank you very much for playing this evening, guys. You have pretty much resolved your werewolf storyline, it feels. We'll talk again before the next game about what you would potentially like to do next, or else I have a horrible feeling you could easily spend 3 hours deciding what to do next. Which
I
is
have
no
been-
fun.
I have specific plans of what I would like to do, and I was trying to find a way to be like, I want to go in this direction. How can I figure out a way to get everyone to go in this direction?
Ask us.
Equally, I have shoehorned in some. I did the same, but yeah, I feel like we have reminded you of threads, and let's discuss it in the Curse of Strahd chat. In other news, we're finishing Vampire the Masquerade tomorrow. Maybe, kind of that
Are you?
arc.
Yes. Yes. Just to warn you guys, my plan is to leave some things open for next time. So we're not going to resolve everything.
What if
the
we
se-
make you, Matt?
The sequel campaign.
Yeah, we've got to save some for later.
Yes,
Really?
I do like the prospect of next time.
I like it.
Matt, you might be getting now that we've done Curse of Strahd and I don't have to focus on prepping the next bit, because of course you didn't leave Krezk this time, so there's a whole next bit that you're not going to get to for 2 weeks, and I'm very prepped. You might get this little timeline where I've thought about every specific important life events that have happened in the 120 years that Madame's been alive, because I'm sad like that and you don't need it, but you're getting it.
I don't think that's a sad thing to be doing.
No, I also think Matt might be muted if he's trying to talk.
Oh, no.
Oh,
No,
I
you're
think-
not.
Oh, no.
You
I
were
think
just
he said
No, I wasn't
something,
talking.
but okay.
No. Yeah, I need to. What was your car again, Hazel? So that I haven't got a picture of a Honda in case you use it again. A Nissan Supra or something.
1 second.
not sponsored by Nissan. Other cars are
No,
available.
other cars are available.
Other car manufacturers are available, yeah.
I wanted
I
to
can't
say, was
remember.
it Sylvia?
Sylvia. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
That?
That helps.
Nissan Sylvia. Yeah.
That's quite nice actually.
But like in the most garish colour, was it yellow into purple or yellow into blue?
I can't remember.
It was
I'll have
a
I'll
vile
watch.
either way.
I'll just put Nissan Sylvia vile colour. See what comes up.
Oh, Nissan Silver, that's so 1980s. I love that.
That's my friend did one
Well,
up.
it depends which
and-
one you're looking at, because there's a more modern Sylvia. So is it like the proper?
Let me.
Because the original one's like a 1986 one. That is, yeah.
That's
Let
what
me-
I like.
I
me
quite
find-
like it.
I had a white Nissan Sunny Coupe from the mid 80s for a while, about just before I had the kids, and I loved that car. I kept it. it was just lovely.
Well, it's a brown and cream one from the 70s.
Oh, lovely.
I actually quite like it. Kind of. But
Somehow that doesn't surprise me.
sorry, I've derailed the conversation. Thank you, Veronica. It was a good game.
It was a crackingly good game.
It was
Crackingly
really
good? It was a cracking good game.
Thank you kindly.
Sorry for arsiness. It was all in character. So please don't be offended by my arsiness.
We're not.
No, I love it. I love that he's a really good guy, actually, but he's just so disagreeable.
I
And some of
think
the stuff
we're
he
violently agreeing with each other now.
That was my
It's true.
favourite bit. We were basically agreeing, but somehow arguing.
It's just the tone that you take makes it sound like you're constantly in opposition.
maybe
love
maybe I've got a view that paladins are asses, and I'm just playing him like that. I don't know, but
I think it's just Olaf.
I see him as just a little bit black and white about a lot of things that probably aren't. So it just makes it easier. And we are quite a nice group. We do want to help. Ooh, that's nice too. I'm just looking at Nissan Silvias now.
Oh
The 1981 to 83 model.
I'll send
no,
you the one
that's-
that. So my friend had one, and that's why it was in my head. So let me find his.
Do we?
That did I?
Everyone, tune in
Okay, that's
tomorrow.
one.
Please like and subscribe. And I feel
Find
like
out
now
what
is
Hazel's
the time
car
to
looked
leave.
like.
Yeah, before
Sorry.
things evolve too much.
Yeah. Laters.
No.
Bye.